Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you're having a good weekend. Thought I'd mention just before we get started on the War Room review from this last few weeks. I thought I'd just mention Monday Super Spreads, which is a deal that's ending within the next few hours, so midnight tonight. So if you're watching this after, Sunday, June 30th, then you'll probably not be able to get access to this. But it's an amazing service. It's just one spread, so one high probability credit spread every single Monday, and it has a 90% win rate and a very good profit factor. So this is something that we don't normally offer in thetatraders.com, but Lance is offering it for $97 a year. So pretty phenomenal. I think you'll really like it. It's very limited time. We're not going to do this very often, if at all, ever again. So definitely check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. And it's called Monday Super Spreads because it's a credit spread every single Monday that wins 90% of the time. So definitely check that out. We're going to talk about the War Room a little bit. I'm going to give you a trade that was done this last week, which really worked out well for Bryan Bottarelli. If you don't know who he is, go and look at my review right here. So Bryan Bottarelli, the War Room review, link will be in the description below. And you can go through and read about Bryan. Also get a discount of $500 off the War Room. Plus you can learn about some more of the statistics that make the War Room so fantastic in so many different ways. I love it. It's one of my favorite services. It's not the cheapest service, but sometimes you get what you pay for, and this is one of the coolest companies out there. I really like Bryan. I did an interview with him. I sat down and talked to him about his other service, Catalyst Cashouts Live, which hasn't performed that well. It's been much smaller gains, like 10% or even losses sometimes. So although I still recommend it, it's probably nowhere near as good as the War Room in terms of just like amazing trades, which Kareem as well in the War Room gives out some really good stuff. So it's run by two guys, Bryan and Kareem, and honestly, Kareem's trades are probably better, but Bryan hits some really nice strangle trades as well, which we're going to talk about one of them in the next few minutes. So Bryan started Monument Traders Alliance, and now there's two or three other guys that are involved with this company, and they're all pretty good. Nate Bear being one of them, which has been really good. So check out Nate as well. He turned 37,000 into 2.7 million in just 4 years. So it's pretty cool. He's a really good trader, really nice guy. I've also done an interview with him as well. So you can find those on the channel in the live section underneath the live tab, because they're all been live streams. So yeah, it's really good, and you'll see some of the types of trades in here, and you can watch some videos and hear some of the trades that I did years ago. So I've been a member for a long time, but I'm only just kind of the last 6 months getting back into trading these and looking at it and keeping an eye on it. But there's lots of trade examples in the review, so you can go through them and check out what you get. But in this video, I thought I'd show you the most recent Strangles winning trades. So there's a section, by the way, down here, 2024. I just can't keep up with basically giving every trade because there's so many. But you can see that there's a lot of winning trades like this one right here. GES was a huge move for Bryan Bottarelli. So he uses straddles or strangles a lot. And so while that hasn't worked so well on Catalyst Cashout Lives, his low-cost service, it's working really well in the War Room. And so one trade that worked really well recently was one on Nike. So here's Nike right here, Nike Incorporated. This is on the 2-hour chart. You can see it had earnings around here. Just recently it dropped down massively. Like, look at this, from 94 to about 73. Like, pretty much overnight. Now, Bryan put on a strangle right before earnings, so he made over 100% on this drop overnight, which was really cool. So whereas the Catalyst Cash Out Live stuff that he does basically doesn't move enough to give you these types of huge percentage wins. So this was a 100% winner, and there was a lot of people in the chat room that took advantage of that. So this is the War Room itself. It looks kind of old school a little bit, but it's actually pretty user friendly. So I'm looking at the members chat at the moment, so you can see that people are pretty happy with the service as a whole. So you can kind of scroll through some of them. So VMAX said, also was in on the Nike trade. In my usual style, I went out an extra week. He netted $7.72 and out at $16. So a nice 107% win overall. So pretty nice. It was a really good week, so people have been pretty excited, and I think they're quite hyped up for more winning trades. So I'm going to show you the actual trade alert. It was really simple. But you can see that people like this guy, Lou G, says, "Thank you, BB." But it's Bryan Bottarelli and Karim. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. So this is all posted on, I think, Friday. So just having a look, taking some of the sizable profits from this week to take the missus out for a great lunch on the beach at a terrific restaurant. Perfect day for it here in California. Have a great weekend, and thanks again for a great week, Bryan and Karim. So people are loving the service. Like, it's one of the best services out there. I remember an old friend told me about it years ago, and I was like, oh, that sounds kind of weird. It's awfully expensive, but I'm really glad I joined because it's really good. Look at this guy saying, "Bryan, thanks for the 3 great strangles I hit this week. The Nike trade was the icing on the cake. I know you put a lot of research into choosing these plays for us and just wanted to let you know that I appreciate it very much." And so this was a chart that I just showed you on Nike right here. So interestingly, one of my favorite indicators, Algo Pro, also predicted a sell on this right before the earnings. So this was the 25th, and the earnings came out on the 28th, and there was a sell signal on the 2-hour chart that really matched the drop that we see here. And you can see it's pretty accurate, even though we didn't kind of move much until this big earnings drop. But yeah, we've got a nice win there. I'll leave a link to Algo Pro in the description below so you guys can check it out, because it's kind of good to have this as confluence to ideas thrown out by these gurus like Bryan Bottarelli. So make sure you check that out as well. I'll show you the actual alert. So the trades come out in this tab right here, and green is basically buy, I think. So, and red is to close. So you can see there's a close alert for Nike. But if we go back up here, here we go. So as we head into the final 30 minutes, this was on the 27th, right before earnings. Let's make our move into NKE. Here's the play. Overnight traders, buy the Nike calls, July 5th, 2024 calls, $95, and the puts as well. So you basically got that strangle going on. For the best prices available, good for the day. Total entry should be around 7:30. And then we're playing the July D5 expiration, which gives us a little bit more wiggle room. So I don't think he expected it to go quite so well, because really, you know, the next day, close overnight trade, NKE. Once again, let's close out a stellar week of trading with another monster overnight winner. Here's a play, so close the calls and puts for the best prices available. So he's closing it all at once. It's not any of this sort of scale out stuff where you close one and then close the other one. They close out at the same time. So yeah, pretty cool. And so that was just one of the big strangles. I just thought I'd show it to you guys, let you know that I'm pretty excited about the War Room going forward. I just want to make sure you guys have a chance to check out my full review in the description below. Hopefully you guys have a good week, and talk to you soon.